Welcome back to Pretty Creative Stuff. If you have kids in your house like I do, you probably know it's almost time to go trick-or-treating again. And you're probably thinking about costumes, and particularly family Halloween costumes. If you can see the baskets and bags beside me, I'm gonna show you some of the costumes and props that we have used in previous Halloweens for our family Halloween costumes. I'm also gonna tell you 2 family Halloween costumes that we have already worn this year. It's just the beginning of October, but we have actually worn 2 family Halloween costumes this year, and they were both at Legoland. If you want to know more, I'm going to put links to the videos where we wore those costumes in the description box. But first, let's jump right in and get to those fun Halloween costumes that are good for the whole family, including boys and girls of all ages. First up, we're going to talk about superheroes. When my son was, 4 years old and my daughter was a baby, my son decided that he wanted to be Batman for Halloween. So we went with a family superhero theme, all because he wanted to be Batman. So my daughter, she was just a little baby. She didn't even know what she was wearing, but she was Batgirl. I got her 2 versions of a Batgirl costume. One was just a little purple onesie, and one was a zip-up costume that I could put over the onesie for when we went trick-or-treating at night because it was a little bit chillier out. I liked that costume too because it had a cape. So when we went to my son's preschool costume parade at school, I put her in my Tula, and my baby Tula, it's a carrying thing for babies. Totally awesome, highly recommend it. And I put the cape outside of the Tula so that you could see her costume a little bit. I was Wonder Woman, my husband was Superman. And one thing that I love about that for parents is that these are easy costumes. Some people I know like to go all out with head-to-toe costumes, and we've done that in a few costumes I'm gonna show you. But these costumes were t-shirts. I'll show you my Wonder Woman t-shirt. This was my Wonder Woman t-shirt. I still have it in case my kids ever want to do a superhero theme again. It's just Wonder Woman, and it has a cape on the back. I wore it with blue leggings that had stars all over them. And one time I think I just wore blue shorts with it. Super easy, you could just wear it all day, and it's so comfortable. But it also works as a costume to go with a family costume theme. Now, we did a superhero costume theme again 2 years later. My daughter was 2 and my son was 6, and my son wanted to be Wolverine. His name is Walter, it starts with W, so for a while Wolverine was his absolute favorite superhero because they both start with W. This time, my husband and I wore the exact same t-shirts from before. I was Wonder Woman and he was Superman. My son was Wolverine and my daughter was Supergirl. She had a little Supergirl dress that she wanted to wear to match the family Halloween costume. So again, good for boys and girls. There's superheroes of all ages and men, women. Doesn't even have to be exclusive to DC or Marvel. You could just go with superheroes and everyone dresses up in their favorite superhero costume. Okay, moving away from the superhero theme, this is another superhero theme but with a little bit of a twist. This is a Pixar superhero family. Do you know who I'm talking about? Obviously, it's The Incredibles. When my son was 5 and my daughter was 1, so this was the year between the superhero costumes, we did The Incredibles. So we did superheroes, Incredibles, superheroes. The Incredibles, it was the perfect age to do this because my daughter was 1 and she was baby Jack Jack. I know Jack Jack's a boy and she's a girl, but it's fine. I got her a Jack Jack costume. It came with like a whole headpiece, but she never wore that at all. Her hair was perfect, Jack Jack hair. We just put a little ponytail on top of her head and it was just like Jack Jack. She just wore the little onesie. And my son wanted to be Dash. Once again, we did this costume theme because of my son's costume idea that he wanted. He wanted to be Dash for Halloween, so we went with Incredibles costumes. And my husband and I wore Incredibles t-shirts and black pants. Super easy. I'll show you my Mrs. Incredible shirt. So this is the t-shirt I wore as Mrs. Incredible. Again, it is just a red t-shirt with the Incredibles logo. You could make this yourself, but I got it from Amazon. A lot of the things that I use for costumes, I get from Amazon because even though I like to DIY, I'm a busy mom and I just don't have time for that all the time. So I will put links to everything that I got from Amazon on my Amazon storefront, and I will link to that in the description box. You can look for a list of family costume ideas and I'll have all of that there. So check the description box for that. but this is my Mrs. Incredible t-shirt, and this would also be great if you're going to Disney World or Disneyland and you want to do like a bounding idea. Just wear your Incredibles t-shirts again. It's perfect to wear to a theme park as well. So you can totally wear these again. That's another thing I love. You don't want to just buy a costume, spend all this money, and you only wear it once. I will wear this again. And so this was perfect. One thing I loved, we also staged some pictures with my daughter as Jack Jack and this raccoon toy we have, because you know how Jack Jack fights with the raccoon and scares the raccoon away in the first Incredibles movie. It's so cute. Jack Jack Attack, so much fun. I love that. So my family has 4 people, my husband and I and my son and daughter. And you know in the Incredibles, they have 3 kids. So we had Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, we had Dash, we had Jack Jack, we didn't have Violet. But you know what, it works out perfectly, because you know what Violet's superpower is? She's invisible. So we just said Violet's invisible. So we were the whole Incredibles family. But if you have a larger family, you could have someone dress up as Frozone or Syndrome or some of the bad guys. So now my son is 7 and my daughter is 3. This year we finally moved away from the superhero costumes, and I'm gonna show you what we did. My son wanted to be a pirate, yo ho ho. He is still super into Pirates of the Caribbean, but that's when he first got into pirates. There were 2 ways that we did this. One, we all dressed up as pirates. This was a little bit more of head to toe costumes. It was not just adults wearing a t-shirt. I will show you my pirate dress that I wore. So this is my pirate dress. I think I just got this from Amazon. This is a Ruby's women's pirate costume, and it's super comfortable, super easy to wear. I wore like a tank top and a pair of shorts under it, and it's great because it can be kind of hot where we live. We're in Los Angeles, and it can be kind of hot on Halloween, so it's nice to have a costume that's not too heavy. So this was my pirate costume, and I will not be wearing this again anytime soon, except for if we go on a Disney cruise, because I've heard they have pirate night. So I am saving this because I may need it again. Now, my daughter has never been big into pirates like my son. For example, one year they had a birthday party and my son wanted a pirate theme and my daughter wanted a mermaid theme, so we did pirates and mermaids. I'll put a link to that party in the description box. But for Halloween, we went with a pirate theme, but we also did a slight twist for my daughter when we went trick-or-treating. We did go to a party where we were all dressed up as pirates for actual trick-or-treating, and when she went to school that day, she was Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell goes perfectly with pirates. Even if you're not dressing up as Captain Hook and Peter Pan, there's other pirates on this ship. You can just be general pirates. If you have a child that wants to be Tinkerbell, you can go full on Captain Hook and Peter Pan and Smee and all of that. Or in our case, we just did pirates and Tinkerbell. And my daughter loved wearing her Tinkerbell costume. I put her hair in a little bun. It's a pretty easy thing to do. Hers was an actual costume. We wore actual costumes. These were not any sort of homemade or just a t-shirt or something like that. I'll put links to anything that is still available in the description box. This was a few years ago. I'll go to my Amazon storefront and create a list of everything that is still available. But pirates is a great, easy theme, and you totally could make your own costumes, cut up some t-shirts, rip up some stuff, you know, get like a skull and crossbones scarf or something. I think I actually have one of those. You know, you can do something like this. It's pretty easy to do a pirate theme and perfect for Halloween. And like I said, save it in case you ever go on a Disney cruise. All right, so now we are going to a couple years ago. My son was 8 and my daughter was 4. And this year my son was really into Harry Potter. So obviously you know the theme is Harry Potter, and you can guess that my son was Harry Potter. I have his Harry Potter costume here. We have the Gryffindor scarf. Now you can go up to like Universal or Warner Brothers and get these really expensive Harry Potter robes. Ours is not that expensive. This is just a costume brand. You can see that it's kind of ripping a little bit, but it is official Harry Potter Wizarding World. The year that he wore this to school, I want to say like a quarter of the kids in his class were Harry Potter that year. It was very popular, but it was a great costume for him. I think he kind of sort of looked like Harry Potter that year too. And my husband and I wore full costumes. These are actual costumes. Thankfully, it was a little cold that year, so it was nice to have a warm costume. I was Professor McGonagall, and my husband was Dumbledore. Now I want to tell you, the Harry Potter costume was super popular that year, but when we went trick-or-treating, multiple other trick-or-treaters asked to have their pictures taken with my husband and I as Professor McGonagall and Dumbledore. So these are some pretty good costumes. Now my costume's awesome because it's just a hat and a robe, and so you can just wear it over your normal clothes. It's so comfortable. I'll show you. I have my Professor McGonagall costume in here. Okay, here's the hat. Now this hat, I had to work, it's been in storage for a couple of years. I had to work with it to get it like the right little tipped over, you know, it doesn't really have support inside, but I made it work. But you know, got the hat and the robe. Yeah, see, it tips over, but I was able to get it to stand up. I don't remember if I put something inside it. You could do like a pipe cleaner or something just to give it some shape. And then the robe, super warm and awesome. And it is gorgeous. I love green. It's just green velvet. It is so gorgeous. So you just slip it on over your regular clothes. And look at these sleeves. Oh my gosh, I just love the sleeves. But my husband's Dumbledore wig, I think is what set it over the edge. But this is a super easy costume. It is a full robe, but it is just a robe. Like you can see, it's a robe. I can wear whatever I want under it. You know, it's actually getting a little warm. I'm gonna take it off, but I love this costume. I'm hanging on to it. You never know. My daughter might be in a Harry Potter phase in a few years, or if we did a trunk or treat type thing, or we're handing out Halloween candy or something, it might be good to have this on hand because Harry Potter is very popular. If it were cold, which I can't imagine it being cold, we could also wear these costumes to Universal sometime to go to the Wizarding World. But here's the catch with Harry Potter. My daughter is currently not a Harry Potter fan, and she did not want to dress up as Hermione, for example. So here's the compromise we made for my daughter. My daughter was a unicorn. They do mention unicorn horns and something about a dead unicorn and things like that in Harry Potter. So we decided that unicorns probably exist in the Wizarding World, and so my daughter was a unicorn. This is a full head to toe unicorn costume. It's actually a Pegasus because it has wings. So she got to be a rainbow unicorn and go trick-or-treating as a rainbow unicorn with Harry Potter. So super cute. Once again, good for boys and girls. And if girls are into Harry Potter, then they can all wear the Harry Potter robes. They could be whatever house they want. It's good for any ages. It'd be good for teenagers, adults. You can have as many people as you want do a Harry Potter costume. Last year, we did not do a family costume because my kids couldn't agree on a theme. So this year, we have done 2 family costumes. So let's see, to recap, so far we have done superheroes, Incredibles, pirates, Harry Potter, and we have 2 more from this year, both which we've already worn at Legoland, and one had nothing to do with Halloween. We were dinosaurs. Legoland held a dinosaur costume party. You got free admission if you wore a dinosaur costume on this particular day, and we got dinosaur costumes from Amazon. They are head to toe dinosaur costumes. It's basically like a big fluffy onesie. It happened to be misting out that day, a little bit of rain, a little bit chilly, so they were wonderful to wear. I have held on to those because that would be an easy family costume. I know my kids will eventually outgrow theirs. My kids had the exact same costume in different sizes, and my husband and I had the exact same costume in different sizes. I actually have all the dinosaur costumes in this bag, and I got all these from Amazon. They're super soft. This is what my kids' costumes look like. Has the hood and the tail, and you put your feet through here. It's just a big onesie. It zips up, super warm and cozy. And then my husband and I's costumes were gray. So we were Triceratops, and I guess my kids were T-Rex, but that's just what they had in our sizes. Ours aren't quite as fluffy as the kids, but once again, it also, ours button up. The kids zipped up, ours buttoned up. And I'm hanging on to these in case we ever want to be dinosaurs again, because it is a good warm family costume. And you can have as many dinosaurs as you want. You could have 1 dinosaur, 15 dinosaurs, as many people in your family. It's also another good idea for like a trunk or treat, or if you're doing a theme for your house and you don't want it to be too scary, you could hand out candy dressed as a dinosaur. That's not gonna scare kids too much. It's gonna be silly Halloween fun. Last costume. And this was the family costume that was my daughter's idea. This is the one and only family costume we have done that was inspired by what my daughter wanted to be for Halloween. And what she wanted to be was Princess Peach. This is a Princess Peach crown I got for her from Amazon. And I really love this crown because it's like kind of like a thick foam material. It's not like a lot of the crowns that you can get on Amazon or the costume crowns, they're like this thin fabric that doesn't really want to hold its shape. I think this looks exactly like Princess Peach. The only problem would be if you have blonde hair, like Princess Peach, or if you have a blonde wig that looks like Princess Peach, the headband is probably going to show up because it's a black color, and you may want to like cover it in, I don't know, like a yellow fabric or something, just so it doesn't show up. My daughter has dark hair. I got her a Princess Peach wig, but she doesn't want to wear it. We just decided Princess Peach is gonna have brown hair this year, and it blends into her hair pretty well. Anyway, so my daughter wanted to be Princess Peach for Halloween, so I got her a Princess Peach costume. I actually got her two costumes. One is a nightgown, which she wore all day at Legoland. It looks just like Princess Peach, could totally work as a costume. And the other one, I got her this dress from Little Adventures Dress Up, and it is a beautiful washable Princess Peach costume that she wore for a costume contest that we were in. And to go with the Princess Peach theme, we all had to be Super Mario Brothers characters, right? I had to talk my son into this because he really didn't want to, but I told him, you know, his sister has done so many family themed costumes for him, he can do one this year. And so he was Mario, I was Luigi, and my husband was Bowser. So this Bowser mask, they have full-on Bowser hoods and hats you can wear, but this Bowser mask is great if you don't want something too heavy. So again, these are from Amazon, and I know these are still available because I just ordered them a few weeks ago. So we wore these to Legoland for what their party called Brick or Treat. It's a Halloween party. I'll put a link to the video I did about that in the description box. But Super Mario Bros, it appeals to all ages and boys and girls, because again, you could be anyone from Bowser to Princess Peach. Now, for my son and I, instead of getting Mario and Luigi costumes, we went with polo shirts and overalls, because if they were in real life, that's what they would wear. So I got him a red one and I got a green one with overalls, and I will totally wear both of those things again, just, you know, without the Luigi hat at the same time. So I can use all of these things again. My daughter is a little girl, so she's gonna wear her Princess Peach dress again, just because little girls like to wear princess dresses, like, all the time. And my son loves his polo shirt so much that he wanted me to get him some more like that. He's like, he just really likes the shirt. It's super comfortable for him. So he's gonna wear that a lot. And my son told me, like, with the overalls, he's like, Mom, you look good in overalls. You just look like Mom. So I think I'm gonna order these overalls in more colors because they are so comfortable. Now for my husband, I got him a Bowser t-shirt. You know, it looks like Bowser in the front and has the big turtle shell in the back. So super easy and comfortable for him to wear all day too. So kind of like with our superhero and Incredibles themes, these are just clothes that we can wear again, with the exception of my daughter's Princess Peach costume, but that's an actual costume, but it's so comfortable and so much fun and so girly. I know she's gonna wear it again just for fun. I got so many compliments on these costumes at Legoland. I had multiple people say, I love your costume, or we'd walk by and someone would say, oh look, it's Princess Peach, and I'd hear the dad be like, we should do that next year and I'll be Bowser. So other people found this costume idea inspirational, and I hope you do too. One other thing that you can do to make these Halloween costumes even more fun is to add props. For example, when my son was Harry Potter, he carried an owl with him to pretend was Hedwig from the movie, and he also had a wand. His trick-or-treat bag went with his costume. If I can find a bag with a star on it, or something that looks like bricks, that would work for my kids to go trick-or-treating this year, to go with the Mario theme. For pirates, you could get like a skull and crossbones bag or something. But you know, a normal pumpkin bucket never goes out of style. And as I mentioned, we already went trick-or-treating at Legoland once, so this one is full. This is my daughter's candy. We don't really need to go trick-or-treating again, but I'm sure by the time Halloween comes, this will be empty and we'll need a refill. So there you have it, 6 family Halloween costumes that my family has done that work for moms, dads, boys and girls, and could be adjusted to kids of all ages and families of all sizes. I hope these ideas inspire you to make some magical memories this Halloween and to get a creative costume idea together for your family, whether you copy one of these costumes or come up with your own. Please let me know in the comments which one of these family costume ideas you liked the most. And if you have a different family costume idea, I'd love to know that as well, so please share that. Maybe it'll make it into a new video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more family fun and creative ideas. Also, be sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Happy Halloween!